United.
Welcome back to the Triple Option presented by Wendy's. Rob Urban, Mark back here with you, now joined by ACC Coach of the Year, SMU's Rhett Lashlee, who has a rather large game looming this Saturday in Happy Valley. Coach, I know you're super busy this week, so thanks for taking the time to join the Triple Option. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, Coach, I followed your career, and congrats, man. And I remember watching as SMU came so close to winning that game. And then you have to play that damn waiting game. And the thoughts that go through your mind, I've been there. I mean, did you have a plan B, or were you so convinced you guys were in there? How'd you handle that waiting game?
Yeah, it wasn't fun. We decided just knowing that going into the game that if we won, we were in, and if we lost, that we would be in that situation. We were never going to have any kind of watch party if we didn't win. And so when we didn't win, it was midnight by the time the game ended. So we only had about 11 or 12 hours to wait. We flew home that night, and we had a team meeting set for 3:00 that afternoon. So that way, either way it went, we wouldn't have TVs in our guys' face if it didn't go the way we wanted it to go.
Yeah, Coach. I was one of those guys who just wanted you guys to win, because if you win, we would all been in. But instead,
I know, man. Sorry we didn't get it done for you.
It's okay. It's okay.
I wanted us to win too, so if that makes you feel any better.
I was rooting for you guys. No, but I'm sad now. But it's okay.
We had a bad first quarter, made it hard on ourselves.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Y'all deserved it though. But how have you rallied the troops, man? Get these guys to lock back in after the loss to Clemson in the ACC championship game, knowing you have a huge game on the road against Penn State. What have you done? What's your message been to the guys to get them back locked in, ready to roll?
Yeah, I think we've just tried to stay on the routine we've had all year. Once we found out we were in Sunday, that was 2 weeks from playing. It almost was like a bye week and then game week, and so we've kind of treated it like we treated our bye weeks this year. We got to work. We got plenty done, but we wanted to get them back physically on the first week. And now as we head into this week, it's game week. We'll have our normal routine. The guys, we had a really good year. We hadn't lost since about September 6th until we did the other night. And so, they played with a lot of confidence. They know that we hurt ourselves in the first quarter of that game, giving them the ball 4 times on our side of the field in the first quarter. And so, I didn't have to say much. They were really fired up when we had that team meeting at 3 to knowing they were in, and they've been great ever since. And so we're going to approach this week like we did every other week that helped us get 11 wins.
Coach, how the hell did you do it, right? I mean, nobody was talking SMU coming into this season. First year in the ACC, and you guys, between the resources and getting the players and getting the wins over, quote-unquote, bigger programs, give me, I guess, the one-page blueprint of how SMU was able to get to the level that they got this season.
I don't know. We never told them they weren't supposed to do it. Last year we won 11 games, won our conference, and we had a decent group returning from that. We had to go out into the portal and really bulk up our O&D line. That was the goal. Not only did we need to make sure we had the best starting O&D line, but we needed depth, and particularly on the D line. If we were going to hang in there on a 10 game in a row, which ended up being 11 games straight Power 4 schedule, something that our program hadn't been doing lately, we were going to have depth there, and we did that. And we just went about it 1 week at a time. The way our season broke down, it broke up into 4 quarters perfectly because we played week 0. So we played 3 games, we were off. We played 3, we were off. 3, we were off. And so we told them at the beginning of the year what our goal was, the same as the year before, was to get to Charlotte and to get ourselves into November, being in contention for that. And so in order to do that, we knew we'd have to stay present. We knew it'd be hard and there'd be unexpected things. So we were going to try to win all 4 quarters of our season. And so we just broke it down into 4 quarters. And then the other thing we did, when we went to fall camp, in fall camp, and Coach knows this, and Mark, you practice, you walk through, you practice, you walk through, a lot of those things. Our O&D walkthrough shirts said defending champs on them. Because that's what we were. Yeah. We weren't defending champs in the ACC, but I think there was only 10 teams that could go into this year saying they were defending champs. And we wanted them to have that mindset that we belong, we've done this before, and credit them with doing it.
I looking at your career here, and other than 2017, you've been in the South primarily. And now
Yeah.
you get to roll up. I've been to State College many times, never in December. Are you
Not many
worried,
people
or do you
have.
just or you just say the heck with it? We're going to go play. And when I was younger, I was a maniac about trying to get him in the, in those kind of conditions. But is it just go get them, or have you talked about it? Is there a plan to try to get them acclimated?
Yeah, we pretty much are doing similar to what we did last week. The game in Charlotte was cold. It wasn't probably as cold as this one's going to be, but it was around 40 at kickoff and in the mid 30s, in that second half. And we were fortunate here the week before the championship game. It was cold, especially in the mornings, and we practiced in the mornings. So it was 30s and 40s, and we just went outside and practiced in it. And we did address it early in the week that it's going to be cold. Let's embrace it. And our guys did. I didn't think we didn't win the game because it was cold.
Right.
This is a little different. It's a little different cold, to your point, going up there. And unfortunately, this week's a little warmer than I want it to be. But, we addressed it like I told them last Monday, and I told them again today. You know how it is, Coach. All these guys want to play in the NFL. And right now, if you play in the NFL and you get to December and January, you got to go through Arrowhead in Kansas City. You got to go through Buffalo. You got to go through Lambeau. You're either on those teams or you're playing those teams. And so this is championship weather. This is playoff football weather. You're going to be able to see your breath freeze in midair, and that is what it is. And we have to embrace it just like we have to embrace the fact that, we're going on the road and there's 106,000 fans. Like, if you're a competitor, you have to get up for this. And if you don't, then it's going to show. And so we addressed it on the front end of the week. And then we really don't talk about it anymore because we don't want to make any bigger deal about it than it is. So that's kind of how we've handled it.
How are you guys capitalizing on this moment? I know you have a massive game going on. The transfer portal is open, but behind the scenes, you have some alumni and donor energy that you may never see again, and you need to absolutely nail it in this window. So how are you guys trying to make the most of this moment so SMU football can continue to grow?
Yeah, our guys have already done that to some degree, being top 10 and going undefeated in the regular season in our conference and playing for a championship and making the college football playoff. That's awesome for our program with where we are and what we've been able to do to prove we belong. And now hopefully that momentum will take us through recruiting, the off season, and allow us to sustain it. That's the hardest thing, but that's a problem for after the playoffs are over. I think we'll find out. I know our guys are excited to play. It's a special group. It's a group that has won 22 games in the last 2 years, and they go into every game just thinking they're supposed to win. And they really don't look at it any differently. Even the other night, like I said, we got behind, didn't play well. The way they came out in the second half, I think, showed a lot about our competitive character. We got to stop. We went down and scored, and then we had some other things not go our way, and we find ourselves going in the fourth quarter down 17, and we just kept playing. The next thing you know, it's 31-all with 16 seconds to go. So I know this team's going to show up. They're going to be physical. They're going to play hard. They're going to respond. And if we do that, we have a chance to shock some people and win, which will obviously aid kind of this moment. That's a big moment in our program to try to get back on the national stage and prove we belong at this level.
What is the SMU fit right now?
I think it's guys that want to win. I think it's guys that want to show that this is a tough program. I think it's for a long time SMU. Obviously, we had our issues, but when we came back, we were known as an offensive school that couldn't stop anybody, and we were kind of a finesse program. And so that's what we wanted to change 3 years ago. In our first year, we went 7-5, and we did some things well. We finished in the month of November. We went 3-1, and that's good. But we didn't play championship level defense. We hadn't done that in 4 decades since Eric Dickerson played here. And so we went out in the last 2 years in the portal, whether it's D-line and linebackers and on offense too. And we just realized that, for us to win and play championship football, not only where we were, but now where we are at the Power 4 level, we've got to play championship defense and we got to be physical. And so we have 3 goals every game. We want to win the run game. That's offense and defense. We want to win the run game. We want to, win the turnover battle and win the explosives. And we control how hard we play. We control how physical we play. And we want to make sure every time we go out there that nobody can say when they leave the field that we weren't the most physical team on the field.
Thanks for joining us. I know you're busy, man. And that Tyler Warren's a hell of a player. You stop him, man.
Him and them two
of them.
backs. Him and those 2 backs.
Yeah, let's not start talking about their defensive ends who are in the backfield before the ball snaps. So, no, their team speed is special. So we got our hands cut out for us. Our work cut out.
All the
for
best,
us.
man.
Yeah,
the
big
Thanks,
test
guys.
Saturday.
Appreciate you, Coach.
At Beaver Stadium. SMU taking on Penn State, 11 versus 6 seed. SMU head coach Rhett Lashlee, kind enough to join us this week on the Triple Option. Coach, congrats and enjoy your trip up to Happy Valley and continued success.
Thanks, guys.
Light it.